Hey, thanks for checking out the Cursed Menagerie. I've got the game set up, ready to go with my character choice of Lorraine, my occupation choice of Paranormal Investigator. You'll see that I've put my cubes on my various resources. Uh, I have a starting point of 4 belief based on Lorraine's 3 and the Paranormal Investigator's +1. I start with 2 resolve and no bonus from the paranormal investigator, and I start with 3 insight with a +2 to that from the paranormal investigator for a total of 5 dice. So your insight is the number of dice you get to roll. I always start with a cube at the top of my health meter, which is a total of 5 with this combination. And so I've also already pre-selected the object that we will battle against. So when you play the game, you'll see in the rules that you shuffle up the objects, deal yourself 3 random objects to choose from. This is like the public coming to you, the paranormal investigator, saying, hey, I've got a haunting at my house, I've got a haunting at my house, and you have to choose which one is the right reward for you, and also what might be the right difficulty level for you at the stage you are in your campaign. Because there are 13 objects, and I can tell you right now some are harder than others. So you'll want to factor that in. Do you have the extra equipment ready to go? Those factors. So I've selected the pincushion figure, and I've already randomly placed a ghost underneath the object, so I don't know what ghost it is. I've revealed the first trait of that ghost, which, if you can't see, is the invisible trait, and it says that on the first turn that this trait is revealed, you cannot use 6s. So it's going to be a little bit of a hassle in this first turn, but once we get past this first round, it no longer has an effect. All right, and as you can see, the object is the type that requires sequences to defeat it. So it has 3 challenges, like all objects, and the pincushion figure's 3 challenges are a sequence of 3, a sequence of 4, and a sequence of 5 dice. Okay, so let's get started. I roll up my 5 dice, and I'm looking for sequences. I can't use 6s, so I know for a fact that I'll be re-rolling this die. And since I've got 2, 3, 4 already, I'm looking pretty good for at least 1 challenge. Let's re-roll these 2. And we did not hit a 1 or a 5. I can use my resolve, this middle column here. Spend 1 resolve, and it allows you to change a die by 1. You can increase it or decrease it. You cannot go from 6 to 1 or 1 to 6, but in this case I can drop my 6 down to a 5 and at least get myself into a small straight. But since I'm so close, I think it's worthwhile to spend another resolve and turn this into a 1. So I've basically achieved the toughest of the 3 challenges against the pincushion figure, and I use this token to indicate that. As a reward for defeating a challenge, you always get to increase one of your first 3 resources here by 1 space up. So I can increase my belief, my resolve, or my insight by 1. And since I'm already on a 5 and it'll take me quite a few spaces to get up to 6 dice, I think I'll go with resolve. So that's my reward there. Okay, and that's really, besides pushing the object up 1 trait revealed, that's all the things that you do when you succeed at a challenge. You get a reward, and you push the object up so that it reveals the next trait. In this case, the next ghost trait is terrorize. It says that I must reduce all dice by 1 after my initial roll. Okay, so let's get around to that second round of dice rolling. Okay, so we'll use we won't use the terrorize, we'll follow the terrorize rules and reduce everything by 1. So that 3 becomes a 2, these 5s are all going to become 4s, and this 4 will become a 3. And that's what I have to start with, to work with. So I still have my free re-roll, and I'm working towards these small and medium straights. So here's that small one, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can roll myself into a medium straight. I did. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Indicate that this challenge has been defeated, and look for a reward that makes sense in this situation. So I like to keep my resolve high enough, so we'll push that up. And we will move this object to reveal the final trait of the ghost. Okay, this ghost has Ghost Burn. Ghost Burn says that for each 1 in your dice pool at the end of the turn, take 1 wound. And that sort of correlates with the object's effect, which Pincushion Figure says if you took 1 or more wounds this turn, you have to lose 1 resolve. So those can sort of chain together in like a waterfall type effect, and you sort of have to watch out for those. All right, but we're in a pretty good shape. We just need a small straight, and that seems achievable at this point. So round 3 hooks us up with all 4s. All right, Yahtzee. We do need to reduce everything by 1, so all these are going to drop to 3s actually. And then I need to decide how I'm going to take myself up to a small straight. We'll keep 1 die, and we'll spend our free reroll to do 1 of these, and boom. Not only do we have a small straight, but we have a 4-die straight. So I do have a 1 in my pool though. If I'm trying to avoid taking any damage, I might try to manipulate myself out of there, and I think I will. So I'll spend 1 resolve to turn this 6 into a 5, and spend a belief to reroll this die. Probably should have done that first. Oh, of course, I still got a 1. 1 more reroll. All right, so now I'm out of the 1s, so Ghost Burn won't hit me for any damage, and I have defeated the last challenge of this object. When you defeat an object, you remove it from on top of the ghost. It's no longer in play, its effect is not going to be a consideration. But the ghost is revealed, and this happens to be a phantom. The phantom has a 2, Roman numeral 2 after it. That just indicates its level of difficulty. It's a class 2 ghost, and it has 1 challenge that we need to defeat to win this battle. So I still need to factor in Ghost Burn and Terrorize, and we're on to the next round. Because I defeated that challenge, I do get one of my stat boosted, and I will choose to boost Resolve. And here's the roll. Okay, so I need to avoid 1s at the end, and this looks like a good start to a straight. So 5, 6. Let's reroll these. All right, there's a 4, 1, 2, but we're missing the 3. So with a couple pushes on Resolve, 1, 2, I can turn this into a 2 and this into a 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will finish off this phantom, and we've won our first battle. Awesome. When you win a battle, you immediately collect the object and add it to your collection. You'll never face the Pincushion Figure again, at least in this case, but you may face a ghost in the future more than once. So it's important to try to take some notes on the ghost that you faced. I might look at this phantom and say, okay, this, yeah, all these shades have maybe this similar ability, but as they get a little bit higher up in their traits, Terrorize, Ghost Burn, that's a special trait to phantoms. So I might take a note of that, and it'll help me strategize for future battles. Okay, and because I defeated a 3 prestige phantom and captured a 2 prestige object, I earn 5 prestige. What is prestige? It's sort of like victory points. Once you've completed a campaign or have been defeated by a ghost on one of your investigations, you'll look at that and consider that sort of your performance score. However, you can also spend prestige to get yourself out of a tight fix. If you think you're about to be killed basically by one of these ghosts, you can spend a prestige to retreat. If you don't have any, sorry, you're out. Also, you can spend prestige to buy dice charms. And a dice charm is helpful when you're facing tougher ghosts or tougher objects, or both. Basically, the way they work is if you have a dice charm, say, of a 4, you circle it, and in a future battle, and you need a 4 really bad, you can cross it out. It's a one-time use. The cost to purchase this dice charm 4 is 4 prestige. So every pip costs 1 prestige. Obviously, that makes the 5s and 6s and the 4s a lot more expensive than the 1s, but that's just the way that the cost works for these charms, because these are more powerful and the 6s more relate to the evil entities. Okay, so that's a battle. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, into Discord, or send me a direct message. Thanks again for checking this out.